This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Anarchy in Your Head.com.
I'm standing here with Jackie from Nashua?
Yes.
New Hampshire, and you are a person that sells cars, basically.
I sell cars.
And you have some theories about you're also a sound money person.
Yes.
Anti-fiat, anti-Fed Reserve person.
Anti-central planning.
You understand the problems with the economy to some extent, and you believe there is something coming in the economy. And tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I feel as though what I like to call an auto bubble is coming, and currently there's a program that is supposed to be going into effect approximately July 1st to sort of get gas guzzlers off the road, and so there's a subsidy that is going to be given to encourage people to get into a fuel-efficient vehicle. And to me, this is going to be very similar to the results of the housing bubble that we've seen and the financial bubble that we've seen before that. And there have been other bubbles, plenty of them. Japan saw a bubble. But I think we will see the results of the subsidy in artificially high prices for these types of vehicles. People are also making distorted decisions. People who weren't in the market for a car are getting into the market for a car when this can affect their future, and it can affect a lot of people who will end up making bad decisions because of this. Not to mention the theft that this program is being funded with. It's being funded with coerced funds that are robbed from all of the taxpayers and put into the big mysterious community kitty in order to save us all from Mother Nature, when in fact the central planners and the central government figures and the certain favored higher ups in industries are getting the benefits at the expense of the hardworking people.
And what do you think is going to be the long-term impact of such a bubble? Where would it end?
Well, unfortunately, because we've seen an increase in the size and scope and magnitude of these subsequent bubbles, one after another, and I am a sort of a Peter Schiff fan. I like to watch and educate myself in that respect as well. I think, unfortunately, it'll just be part of a larger collapse of the system that we have come to depend on. I remember being taught in high school by Mr. Huddleston, my economics teacher. He taught me about economics and supply and demand and how it works, and he asked the class the question I still remember to this day from high school. He asked us, what is money backed by? He asked a high school class, and nobody really knew. We said, what, backed by? And someone said gold, and he said, no, that's not the answer. What is it? Does anyone know? And no one really could articulate it, and so he told us the answer. He said, our currency is backed by faith and confidence. And so, unfortunately, as sad as it may be to say, that faith and confidence doesn't just go on forever by itself. Faith and confidence comes from something, and what that comes from is economic stability. And the Fed, along with the military-industrial complex and certain entities that are on the take, so to speak, have been fostering and perpetuating this problem as long as they can, because they're making money. I mean, the Fed makes money off of both sides of every war, so they just make as much money as they can and see how long they can push this out until the people suddenly realize what's going on. If they do, hopefully they will.
Do you have any suggestions for consumers as to what they might be able to do to take advantage financially of an auto bubble?
Yes, I do. I recommend that they not take advantage of any bubbles, because when you start to do that, I took advantage in a sense of subsidized money. I worked previously for Boeing on contract. I worked for a company that was contracting my services out to Boeing, and then I was making the handsome paycheck and everything, and then I was up here, and then the terrorists attacked, and I lost my job, and everything went completely down. So you set yourself up for a big giant letdown when you try to take advantage of the system, so to speak. I think that the best advice for consumers is to make sound economic decisions and moral economic decisions. Get out of debt, America. Everybody, pay off your credit cards. Get out of the mortgages. Housing prices need to come down to where people can buy houses for cash, not to mention cars. We don't need to be borrowing money. Our system is based on debt, and if we all get out of debt, there goes the system that fosters this elitism that we're seeing on a global, increasingly global level.
All right. Awesome, Jackie. Thank you.
Thank you. Ridley!
Jackie!
Asher.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by anarchy.com, the Free Staters' first political cartoon, cranking out thought-provoking images from New Hampshire every Friday. Log on for entertainment. Load up on t-shirts. Anarchy in your head.